What's good, beautiful ladies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Salandria, and if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back, and I thank you so much for returning back to the channel. Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel as well. And on this channel, we are talking about all things femininity, leveling up, manifestation, and becoming the woman that you know you truly are within. So today's video, we're gonna keep going on about this desire thing. Like I'm really on this desire time. You feel me? So jumping right in. When they say ask and it is given, it is literally ask and it is given. The issue that we have is that we're so used to living these small lives, growing up in small communities around small minded people, doing small things, and being told to be grateful for like crumbs. You know, you're always told that you have to be grateful for crumbs, that we don't even know how to truly desire on the level that we have been created to desire on. So many of us have huge desires that we won't even allow ourselves to entertain, to play with in our mind. You immediately tell yourself no. This is coming up for me because just recently I wanted to take a trip, right? I haven't been on vacation in a couple of months. My last vacation was in February. We're in August now. I'm like, oh, I need to go on vacation again. I just want to go somewhere, beach, beach, unlimited drinks, good food, dancing. Like, I need one of those. And so, about 2 weeks ago, I was looking at different locations and I was like, but I don't want to go by myself. And I really don't want to go in like a friend setting again. Like, I've gone with my friends, I've gone with my parents, I've gone with my mom. I want to go on a vacation, right? So I'm always saying to myself that I want to go on a vacation, but from the lens, though, like let's not ever get it twisted, from the lens of this is something that I just can't have, right? Like I don't have a man right now, so I can't go on a vacation, and I want to go on a vacation. And I was just looking at somebody that one of the best places I ever traveled was to Brazil. So at one point, I literally was like, you know what? I'm just going to pack all of my stuff and move to Brazil. Like, whatever. I'm just going to go like be an expat. So I had joined an expat group, like not forever. I was going to go for a couple months, but I had joined an expat group. And so I was scrolling on Facebook and the expat group came up and it was a black man. It was black people, black expats in Brazil. And there was a fine chocolate man black man who was an expat. He had moved to Brazil and he was just trying to see if there were any other people there who wanted to link up. And I was like, I want to go back to Brazil. Like, I love that place so much. I want to go back. And I spent a week. I want to spend like a month. I think I need a month in Brazil. So I was like, oh my God, I want to go back to Brazil and I want to go with my man. And then it was just like, it came over me to like declare that you are going to Brazil with your man. Like your next relationship, you guys are going to travel together. And we have to learn how to stop when we have our desires and they haven't manifested yet. We really have to learn how to stop being like, oh, I just wish I could have. It would be so nice if I could have. I would really you need and switch that to a declaration. My next relationship, we're going to travel. And it's just the requirement for the relationship. Why? Because asking it is given. The limitation of that's too much, you can't have that, where are you going to find that? The economy, so and so, all of that is from small, limited 10% human, worldly, 3D consciousness thinking. That has literally nothing to do with God, the multidimensionality of the universe that we live within, and all the things that you are capable of receiving and experiencing in your life. Understand that what you receive and what you experience is based off of your capacity. What can you hold? What can you see? Stop letting the world determine what you can hold and what you can see based off of what is normal. I used to work with kids. I used to be a substitute teacher, and I would work mainly with elementary school students. And in that role, I really realized how like not normal human beings are. Because when kids are born, and they're growing up, they're currently being programmed to societal norms. They're never just regular, I'm doing air quotes, they're never just regular normal kids. You know what I mean? Like, kids are extremely strange. Like, they're aliens. Just the things they do. Like, if you just sit down and just observe kids at the playground, what species of human is this? But it's just because they haven't been fully programmed yet into what is considered normal. We get programmed into normal, and then we start living in this super limited 10%. I get the 10% from this book that I read. I read a couple of these books. I think it's by Dr. Dane Dyer and Gary something. I can't remember, but I'll put it up on the screen. They have some really good books just about like listening to your body, accessing consciousness, and kind of just, living the life that you want to live. And Gary talks about how, are you living in the 10% of yourself, or are you living in the 90%? The 10% is the conscious, everything that you know, right? 3D, the 90% is all of the possibility that is always there at all times, right? So, getting back on the topic, we really have to learn how to own our desires, not in this cutesy, airy fairy, oh my God, I'm going to put it on my vision board because I decided that I'm going to go to Brazil. No, like, I'm going to Brazil. As if I already booked the ticket, right? As if, bump that, as if my man has already took off the time in his schedule and booked both of our tickets. Yeah. And now I'm taking a look at what excursions are we getting into? What's close to the Airbnb that we're going to stay in? You understand? There's a difference between saying what you want and it would be nice to have and wishing and hoping versus declaring. And you declare because asking it is given, asking you shall receive. God is tired of you asking for crumbs. God Himself is like, bro, why are you asking me for nothing? Like, this is insane. Ask for what you want. Allow yourself to have what you want. Allow yourself to ask for what you want and get out of this small mindedness of it's too big. It's not normal. People don't usually have this. People don't usually do this. Who cares what other people usually do and usually don't do? Most people are living in the 10% and they're extremely fucking small because they don't believe that they can have all of the potential that is around them. And yes, you can. If we can experience on this planet the horridness that we experience, right? All of the pain, all of the hurt, all of the sadness, all of just the unhappiness that we can experience on this earth. Why wouldn't we be able to experience that equivalent in joy, in happiness, in fulfillment, right? Why wouldn't we? It's completely illogical, but it's because we have been programmed that way. So it's really about learning how to own your desires. The first step in that is stop telling people what they are. Stop telling people, because you have to understand, even when you communicate verbally, there's also that nonverbal communication. So I can go and tell somebody right now, yeah, so my next trip is going to be with my man and we're going to Brazil, and they're going to look at me. They might be like, oh, okay. Literally with a little laugh. Their eyebrows are going to be like, what the fuck? Their energy, they may be saying, oh, okay, but their energy is saying, bitch, yeah, right. Stop talking to people. Stop talking to people who don't live in a realm of possibility, because all they can do is hit you with logic. Logic is the 10%. Logic is the conscious world. Logic is what we can see. Logic is what's already here. Why would you be living in what's already here when we have access to a 90% of the potentiality of what's not here that we can still bring into this space? Stop talking to me about what's already here. Learn how to own your desires, and within owning your desires, stop talking about them to small minded people. We love small minded people, but they're just not open to that potentiality yet. They can learn that potentiality through us, right? By seeing what we're able to manifest. But close your mouth. Close your mouth. If you have somebody who is capable of holding that with you, then absolutely share share along, whatever you want to do. I don't care. But don't share it. I'm so sorry. Don't share it. Just own it. Just own it. And you don't have to share it in order to own it. You can just be like, yeah, that's going to happen for me. And feel it in your body. You have to feel these things. When you manifest, you do not manifest through your mind. You do not manifest through your mind. You manifest through how you feel. Yeah, you can say something out of your mouth. How you feel has to match it. How you feel has to match it. So that's the main gist of what it is that I have for you guys today. Own your desire, own your bigness, own what you want. Don't share it with nobody. You don't have to. You just get to experience it. A lot of times we get a high just off of talking about it. Did you know that you don't just have to talk about it and dream about it and fantasize about it? You can actually experience it, because ask and it is given. The only way for it to be given is for you to believe that you can have it, not that somebody else can have it, not that it has happened for someone else, not that other people live like that, but it can happen to you. And you create that space within your body, within your psyche for it to happen to you. And you own it. You allow yourself to feel good about it. You ride that wave. I promise you it's coming into your life. I promise you it's coming into your life. So this is what I have for you guys today. Peace.